half the season's gone, and we got a ton to talk about. What is up, Fin fans? That beating of the LA Rams, which was a thing of beauty for the most part, was week 8. So we are halfway through the season. So, like I do with every year, you get the quarterly, you get the half, you get the 3/4, you get the full season review. So you're getting the halfway review. I don't know what I'm naming it, mid-season review, whatever, but that's what you're getting. But before we jump into the video, before we jump into the good stuff, I got some announcements. Well, not big announcements. New patrons, 2 new patrons. We got Dr. Anthrax. That's a name. And Jeff Frog. I hope I said your name right. $4 patrons. Welcome to the Patreon. If you do want to join the Discord, just hit me up in Patreon, message me, and I will get you in the Discord. The other thing, I had 2 separate family, friends, people hit me up, right, to wish 2 certain people happy birthdays. One, Big Cliff, your family hit me up. I didn't see it till too late. Your birthday was October 27th. I want to say a happy birthday to you real quick. And Eves Charles, I hope I said your name right, bud. Your birthday is actually tomorrow. So, I got hit up to wish you a happy birthday. Supposedly you're a huge fan of the channel and you lost your bananas when I retweeted one of your tweets. I greatly appreciate the support. I greatly appreciate you loving the channel. And I want to wish you a happy early birthday, Eves Charles. Hope I said your name right. But let's jump into the video. So we are at the mid-season, 8 games in. Dolphins 4-3. Loving it. For some reason, my brain was like, wait, that's only 7 games because we got forced into our bye. 4-3, absolutely loving it. Chris Mortensen, though, he came out with this tweet. He came out with this tweet today for me, yesterday for you. He said the NFL Competition Committee expects to present a resolution to owners based on the contingency of having a 16 playoff season, 8 in each conference team, if games are lost due to pandemic, especially as bye weeks disappear, according to league sources. Committee meeting by Zoom yesterday for you, which is huge, which means instead of having the 7, which was the 4 and then the 3 wild cards, you would have 4 wild cards and the division winners, which kind of right now, the Dolphins would be in the playoffs right now. And it would probably be a very good chance of the Dolphins making the playoffs if they change it to that. As of me recording this right now, like I said, it is Monday night for me. Tuesday, you guys watching this at noon in the premiere. How you guys doing? You might already know if they passed it, but that all contingents on if more people test positive, they have to move games, they have to do stuff, and then all of a sudden extend the playoffs. It's going to be very interesting because supposedly some Cardinals tested positive, so we'll see how that all pans out. But I wanted to bring that up because Dolphins would be in the playoffs, kind of have a very good shot to be in the playoffs if this did happen. So I wanted to talk about that. Now let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Mid-season review. We are now halfway through the season, right? 4-3. 4-3. Starting off the season going 0-2, I don't think anyone would have thought we'd be at 4-3 right now. Going into the season, looking at the schedule, right? When the schedule released, even back then, if you said to Dolphin fans, you're going to beat the 49ers, you're going to beat the Rams, you're going to beat the Jets, they'd be like, yeah, I get it. And you're going to beat the Jags. I had a lot of people telling me the 49ers, the Rams, and the Jags, Dolphins are probably going to lose those games. I can see the Dolphins starting like 1-6 or something. Dolphins 4-3. Dolphins have a tight grasp on that second place. Patriots are 2-5. Unfortunately, the stupid Bills still have a 2-game lead on us, 6-2. But we're still in this. And a lot of people are talking about the Dolphins now all of a sudden. A lot of people are talking about that Dolphin defense. And that's the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to the mid-season review of this team. Now, raise your hand if after 2 weeks when the Dolphins went 0-2, when they lost to the Patriots and they lost to the Bills to a very close game, raise your hand if you honestly thought that maybe we overpaid for this defense, because what is this defense doing? This defense is playing horrible. Maybe we overpaid for them. Raise your hand if that thought crossed your mind. You can raise your hand. I know a lot of you. I read the comments. Own up to it. I'm a man of my word, and I always own up to my crap. I honestly was like, what's going on with this defense? We added Ogba, we added Lawson, we added Kyle Van Noy, we added Byron Jones, we added these pieces. Why are they playing so bad? Now all of a sudden I'm like, hey Doug, maybe you should have listened to yourself when you said 1,000 times that it takes about 3 or 4 weeks for new players to get acclimated to new systems, and then they'll start picking it up. That's exactly what's happening. Miami Dolphins right now are number 1 in the NFL when it comes to holding teams to points. Number 1 in the NFL. They have 19 sacks on the season. 9th ranked in the NFL. The whole season last year, the Dolphins got 23 sacks. They're 4 away from their season total last year, and they still have 8 more games to play. 49 QB hits, 5th in the NFL. This Dolphin defense, like I said, and I don't know why I didn't listen to myself. I don't know why my big dumb butt was like, what is going on with this defense? It's really worrying me. We put a lot of money into it, and we're 0-2, and da-da-da. But I always constantly say to you guys, hey, it's going to take, we had no preseason. We had no, regular off season. It's going to take about 4 weeks for the team to get acclimated. I don't know why I didn't listen to myself. Big dumb right here. Big dumb right here. Because this Dolphin defense is making so much news. ESPN's talking about us. NFL Network's talking about us. Some people are saying that they were going to win the division. Some people are saying, hey, if they can get that offense rolling, they'll be in the playoffs. I'm not saying it. I'd rather be surprised than let down. You guys know my motto. But now the national media is starting to realize this Miami Dolphins defense team. Emmanuel Ogbah, 6 sacks, tied for 6th in the NFL, 11 QB hits, 2 forced fumbles. I don't know why I couldn't get that one out. But Emmanuel Ogbah, barely paying him anything. I think $5 million this year, $5 million next year, barely paying him anything. He's already got 6 sacks through 7 games. 6 sacks through 7 games. If you add that total up, when he plays the next 8 games, he's going to have about, 13 sacks on the season? Hello? I'll take a 13-sack defensive end. That's Pro Bowl numbers. 13 sacks on the season? That's 10 less than the whole team got last year. That's Emmanuel Ogbah, Xavier Howard. 4 interceptions, tied for 1st in the NFL. He had his bad game. And a lot of people will notice that, he kind of why isn't he running full speed? But he always catches up. He's always got that speed to catch up. Like I say, he likes to mess with the opposing quarterbacks and think that wide receiver's open. Like when yesterday, for you guys Sunday, when he almost had that interception and dropped it, it looked like he was just jogging. It looked like he wasn't giving a crap, and then he took off and almost intercepted that ball. He likes to mess with quarterbacks. 4 interceptions, tied for 1st in the NFL. And a guy that I think is 100% underappreciated, 100% running under the radar, 100% not a lot of people are talking about him, but this man is the heart and soul, consistent player. Honestly, the defense MVP. This man right here is the defensive MVP, and people need to talk about him more. Changing positions and absolutely, if this man's not an all-pro this year, I don't know what to tell people. Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe is making tight ends disappear. Greg Kittle disappear. We used to have such a fear of tight ends. Tight ends used to just burn us left and right. If you had an opposing tight end, even if it was a no-name, Mr. Rob Konikanik, he's going to get 1,000 yards on the season if he has to play the Dolphins twice, because we're going to give him about 200 yards a game and 3 touchdowns a game. But not with Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe, consistent. Target. When he's targeted, he's only yards per target, 4.52 yards per target. When you're throwing at him, you're only completing 58.1% of your completions, and you have a passer rating of 66.6 when you target Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe is he's extremely underappreciated when it comes to that defense. Andrew Van Ginkel had a showing out on Sunday. Christian Wilkins consistently just getting better every game. Some people last year were calling him a bust. I don't understand it, people. I don't understand it. But the defense in a whole is starting to work together. Zach Seiler is starting to do his thing. Even Lawson's getting in there. We saw Raekwon Davis, London Roberts with that big hit. Defense is starting to make noise, starting to show up. Now, Let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about the offense. Offense struggled yesterday. Drastically struggled yesterday. We're going to talk about one player in specific. But for comment of the day, this video kind of in a whole is comment of the day. But one of you guys asked me specifically about the running game. And a lot of you guys have been asking me about the running game. That's why, this video is kind of comment of the day. What's going on with the running game? Is it the running back? Is it the offensive line? Is it Chan Gailey? A lot of people are, hating on Chan Gailey, and I'll talk about that in a second. I honestly think when it comes to the running game, I think it has to do with the offensive line. I think a good 70% of it, maybe even 65% of our problems when it comes to the running game has to do with the offensive line. And I think it has to do with the guards. And I know I'm going to hear it. Solomon Kinley, the man's a beast. The man will run you over. The man will eat your lunch. Yes, he's very good in the pass game. This offensive line is very good at pass protecting. Very good at pass protecting. Orlowski can eat my poop. I don't even know what I'm saying, because he talked about how Tua was going to get killed and Aaron Donald was going to be such a disruptive force. Yeah, Aaron Donald hit him a few times, but he wasn't as disruptive as everyone was making it out to be with Tua. But when it comes to run blocking, I've said this from jump, that I notice that these offensive linemen get their block and then they get shed real quick when it comes to the running. Like if they can just hold their blocks for another second, we'll get some big runs. We'll get some big plays going with Breida, with Gaskin, even with Jordan Howard, even though I think he's on his way out come today when you're watching this, because today is the last day you can make trade deadline. I don't know why I couldn't get that phrase out. But I honestly think that, a good portion has to do with the offensive line. I think that's where most of it is. And then some of it has to do with the running backs. Like that 3rd and 1, the fact that it was the direct snap to Gaskin and he hesitated real quick, I think that cost him getting that first down. But when it comes to the running game, I think that when Austin Jackson comes back, I would keep Hunt at right tackle and decide what you want to do with Jesse Davis at the guard position. Who's playing the best out of Flowers and Solomon Kinley? And then I would put Jesse Davis on the opposite side of who's playing best. This is my opinion. You can get mad at me. You can say what all you want. It's my opinion on what I think is struggling with the run game. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about. And I heard this a lot today. I heard this a lot yesterday. And it's Tua. Tua Tagovailoa had his debut. Tua Tagovailoa had, if I'm looking at his game yesterday, that is my reaction. Was it horrible? Was it a bust? Because I'm hearing people say he played horribly. I'm hearing people say he's a bust. I'm hearing people say we should have took Herbert. I'm hearing people say what a waste. I'm hearing people say all the hey, Adam Schefter came out yesterday, I think it was before the game, and said that the Miami Dolphins essentially were the reason that Tua's start kind of got pushed was to see what one of the reasons he's starting is to see what they have in him, because that Texans pick might be a high pick and they could take a potential another high quarterback, which if that's another reason why he is starting now, that makes sense. Like, you can't hate the organization for being like, let's see if he can do something, because if not, we might need to do something about it. Also, they're going to need a backup quarterback next year. Again, I already can read the comments. You don't take a backup quarterback with the top 5 pick. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if that's one of the reasons, if that's one of the 10 reasons, there's a list of 10 reasons why Tua started: good practices, ball control, command of the huddle, and then like number 9 was, let's see what this kid has in case we want to take a quarterback with a Texas pick. All right, fine. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a sound reason to do it. There's nothing to be like, are you kidding me? Give Tua a shot, because I'm going to talk about that in about 2 seconds. But if that's one of the reasons, all right, it's a sound reason. Can't knock the team for using that as one of the 1,000 reasons why they started him, because it's a sound reason. Hey, what is a kid could do? So there's that, right? But then there's Tua. Like I said, his debut wasn't, and I said this in the expectation video last Monday, and I said it for a reason, because I knew what the Dolphins wanted to do with Tua. I knew that Tua didn't have the whole entire playbook down pat. I knew that they weren't going to throw him out there. And I said it in my video last week. They're not going to throw him out there. He's not going to be throwing deep passes every down. They're going to real conservative play, get him in the groove, get him used to the speed of the game, get him used to take a hit. I told you guys this, and I said this for a reason because I knew he was going to have a game like today, and I knew a big chunk of the fan base was going to lose their marbles thinking he's a bust. We should have took Herbert. He sucks. 1,000 things. Which I don't get. I don't get it. It was one. We won. The Miami Dolphins won the game. They won the game. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Again, was it a great start? Was it a great first outing for a quarterback? No. But was it horrible, bust worthy? No. This is Tua's stats from yesterday for me, Sunday for you. He went 12 for 22. 93 yards, 1 touchdown with a passer rating of 80.3. That's all right. A lot of people are mad at Chan Gailey for some of the play calls, but you got to understand that the Rams defense took away some of the plays for Tua. Like any play that Tua wanted to roll out to his right or to his left. His left, yeah. Wanted to roll out to his left. They kind of took those plays away. So all of a sudden, Changeli needed to pull some other things out, some wildcat plays, some different things, because some of the plays started getting taken away because they figured, oh, he's going to be rolling out this way. We're going to force him to go the other way. And the Dolphins were like, eh. So, blaming Changeli for this, not necessarily. I don't know why. I wouldn't blame that. I think that this is Tua's first NFL start, and people need to and realize we won the game. He didn't play bad. There was drop passes. Yes, some of his passes were off target. Some of his passes were off target. I'm not going to come on here and tell you drop passes cost him the game, cost him really good stats. No, some of his passes were off target. There was the screen to Parker. It was a bad throw. There was some other passes, bad throws. But there was 2 passes to Preston Williams, hit him in the hand, should have caught it. Pass to Myles Gaskin, hit him in the hand, should have caught it. Would have gave him some more stats. Would have had him probably at like 193 yards, better, 15 for 22, better passer rating, So to say it was horrible, to say it was great, it wasn't either. It was an okay start. And a lot of people looking at these stats, 12 for 22, 93 yards, 1 touchdown, and 80.3 passer rating. That's not good. That's not a good future for a guy who last played November 16th of 2019. Was the last time this kid played legit football. November 16th of 2019. I think he looked pretty good for a year of rust. But I wanted to talk about that, right? I want to talk about his stats, and I wanted to compare him to some other people, right? First, I'm going to compare him to his drafted players. And everyone did this. They did it with Kelly, Marino, Elway. They did it with them all, right? Every time they get drafted together, they did it with Luck, RG3, and Tannehill, and Russell Wilson. They do it with all of them, right? Joe Burrow's first start, 23 for 36, 193 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception, 66.1 passer rating. Worst game than Tua Tagovailoa. Justin Herbert, 22 for 33, 311 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 94.4 passer rating. A little bit better. He played a Kansas City Chiefs defense that was kind of suspect, but give it to him, right? So you look at them. He didn't do worse than Burrow, but he didn't do better than Herbert. And again, it was his first start. So it wasn't bad. But then, right, people still like, but it's still bad. We should have took Herbert, right? And people still want to say Tua this and Tua that. I'm going to start giving stats, and I'll give you guys a second, and then I'll tell you who that quarterback is, right? 21 for 37, 302 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, a 58.6 passer rating. Worse than Tua. He had more yards, but he threw 3 interceptions, and he had a 58.6 passer rating. That was Peyton Manning in his first start, right? 9 for 21, 106 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions, a 58.8 passer rating. That was John Elway in his first start. Worse than Tua. 17 for 37, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, a 45.1 passer rating. Worse than Tua. That's Eli Manning. All 3 of those guys have Super Bowl rings. 2 of them are one of them's in the Hall of Fame. 2 of them are going to be in the Hall of Fame. Bad games. Bad games. All right. Those are the past, Doug. All right. This guy, 22 for 35, 285 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns, a 76.4 passer rating. Had more passing yards, but didn't have as good of a passer rating. Also didn't throw a touchdown through an interception. That guy, Patrick Mahomes' first start. Not as good as Tua. Maybe better passing yards, but other than that, not as good as Tua. And then this guy, 18 for 34, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and a 62.5 passer rating. That man is Russell Wilson. He had what, 60 more passing yards, but Tua had a better day, didn't throw an interception. Point of me raffling off the guys that are future Hall of Famers and a Hall of Famer and guys playing now, they had bad first days, or they had suspect first days, or they had first games. And look at where they went. Peyton Manning, 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. John Elway, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. Eli Manning, 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, future Hall of Famer. Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson, been to the Super Bowl, seems to be the MVP this year. Let the kid play. That's the whole point of this whole stupid spiel I just did. Let Tua play. He didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a great game. He had a game just like everyone else I listed on here. And a bunch of them, the 5 I listed, are doing either really well right now or they panned out having a real good career. The whole point is let Tua do his thing. Let Tua play. But that's the video. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the Miami Dolphins right now at the midseason point. We are 4-3 in second place, 2 games out of first, 2 games ahead of the Patriots. My brain is just not working. No one really thought we'd be here after going 0-2. I am super pumped, super ecstatic. The future of this team looks fantastic. A lot of the games coming up at the Cardinals, home for the Chargers, at Denver, at Jets, really winnable games. If we go 2-2 for the next 2 games, I wouldn't be surprised. Beat the Jets, beat Denver. Cardinals are going to be an interesting game, and the Chargers are going to be an interesting game. Other than that, I honestly think they could beat Denver and they could beat the Jets. So the next 2 games, we'll see how that all pans out. But be sure to comment below. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about that, about the defense, how well they're playing. Who is your unsung hero on the defense? Like I said, mine is Eric Rowe. And comment below. Let me know what you think of Tua. What do you think about the guys I listed that had equally or worse first debuts and are playing really well or in the Hall of Fame? So be sure to comment below. But that's the video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know over on Twitter. I'm going to be tweeting out things today. Hopefully, maybe the Dolphins make a move. We'll see how this today pans out. I will be tweeting today, so go over, check me out on Twitter. Fanatics Network, check them out, their YouTube channel, their website, fanaticsnetwork.com. I'm also on that website, so be sure to check it out. Fan to Fan Network, very, very good site. Other than that, guys, I will see you Thursday with the picks video, so be sure to make your picks below. It is pinned as the top comment. But other than that, I will see you guys Thursday. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.